Haha, I didn't even put myself in the stream this time. I'm that good. Yeah, tweeting it out. Just wanted to go live, talk about some things real quick. What the dudes know in the Discord there. We already got some submissions in too, which is pretty cool. Um, I won't have time to look through them for a couple of days because I'm busy getting a bunch of other things lined up. Kayla's already potentially locked in a couple of advertisers as well. So things are going pretty good right now. Just getting everything squared away. What's going on? Welcome, everyone. Submission guidelines are updated. There was a little typo because originally it was July 1st was going to be the cutoff, but 10 weeks seemed a little short, so I extended it to 12 weeks and forgot to turn it to the 15th, so it just said the 15 ST from the first. But that's all fixed now. That's updated. The sheet might change a little bit again, but if anything's updated, rates will be staying the same. But if they do change, they will be going up, not down. Nothing will be going down. Yeah, just hoping to get a lot of good submissions. I'm spending the day because I'm pretty hungover from celebrating last night with you dudes. Having a quiet day, spending it working on the website, which will hopefully be up and going by the end of the weekend. It'll be a little bare bones and everything, and I'm sure there will be issues I'll need to work out, but it's coming together nicely. It's gonna be real simple and clean. We'll have a page for the comic stuff. We'll have a page for the Ransomverse stuff, kind of like a character handbook, and links to grab all that stuff over at alternacomics.com. Because if you don't already know, I'm the writer and co-creator on Voidwalker and Can't Kill Cade, which are both available over there at alternacomics.com. That's sort of my little superhero universe I've been building with a lot of really good friends and amazing artists. And that's just growing with every day. And that'll coincide with all the cool genre fiction we're doing over at Death Curse that doesn't really fit into that universe. Obviously, starting with City of Rot, and then the secret book that'll be going up on the site after fulfillment as well. So if you're one of the backers on City of Rot, you'll be getting that. And then it'll be going up on our site for all the people that didn't back us and might want to still grab a copy. And then the new things, like the zine will be up there, aiming for late October, around Halloween would be great. If we could get it in a little bit earlier, that's even better, because then we can get it out for people for Halloween. But yeah, things are going great. The website is not published to the public yet, but we did buy a domain and everything, so we'll have a nice little site everybody will be able to go to. And we'll like I said, we'll have a page for the Ransomverse stuff. We'll have a page for the regular Death Curse comics. There's a nice link page to our Instagram where you can check all that feed out. There you can see some of the like mask building stuff I'm working on, the creature suit stuff I'm working on, because I've been commissioned to do some stuff for indie films and things like that. Some of you guys already know, some of you don't. I did a gore effect in the Headshot Dude's upcoming film, Mass State Lottery. I don't think they've announced a release date for that yet, but stay tuned for that if you wanna see a cool independent film with some at least one gore effect from me. And hopefully I'll be able to announce some other stuff in the near future. But yeah, you can see our Instagram feed where you can see a lot of that mask making, creature suit stuff. We'll be posting a lot more art and things over there, and that's all linked on the website. Then we'll have a page for the film work and things like that, where you can see kind of cool builds and things I've done in the past. I'll be uploading most likely the Voidwalker creature suit that I'm building over there. We're actively looking to try and find a model in my area to wear the suit at shows. So there will be lots of cool stuff to check out over there. I'm thinking maybe some tutorials and things to sort of explain how I do these weird, low budget, I guess, cosplay builds. But we're going for a step above cosplay. We want something that is screen ready and could be shot for a film without spending tons of money. And then we'll have a little page for the game stuff we're working on as well, which some people know we're slowly putting together a game that takes place in the ransom verse. That's sort of for the superhero stuff, but that's years out at this point. As we're still kind of actively learning and doing this stuff on our own. Excuse me. Need to get a drink here. And then I'm also working on a narrative third-person shooter with a small team of dudes, including Mitch. And we'll have some stuff up there for both eventually, like a press kit and things like that. So eventually that'll be going on there. Midsummer, the site store will launch when all of the fulfillment's done for the City of Rot campaign. Store will launch. It'll have City of Rot copies. Whatever's left over, it'll have the secret book copies that are left over. We'll have some press plates from the print run, which is really cool. It's the big 24 by 36 plates. I believe it's 8 up, so it should have 8 pages on it, and it's like the reverse line art for it, that the big plate that the printer uses to actually print onto the sheets of paper. It's kind of like a giant rubber stamp, but they're pretty cool, and they used to kind of be a collector's item back in the day. So we'll have those up on our store. Some original art from Jeff, pages, covers, stuff like that. Hopefully get some stuff from Ryan up on there. Really cool things. Possibly some sculptures or some toys in the long run. We're still sort of working all that out. That's kind of been a slow process, finding the right guys. There's this amazing sculptor out in Japan I've been bouncing ideas back and forth with for a really long time. They are very high-end and fairly pricey, but we'd be doing like a foot-tall maquette of Voidwalker, most likely, if we did it. So we will see. There's lots of plans, but yeah, for now, I wanted to just pop on, let you dudes know what I'm working on today. Getting the website in order. I might publish it tonight, but again, it'll be very bare bones. I can tell you guys the domain name now, so when it is live, you'll all be able to go check it out. It's deathcurseclub.com. What is up, Randy? Yeah, so we'll have that up and running fairly soon. It won't have much to it or anything. I'm still setting up the newsletter and all that, but once it is set up and going, we'll have a lot going on over there and sort of integrated throughout all our social media. We'll be streaming on here a whole lot more. Kayla and I are kind of trying to figure out some review stuff we've been planning for a while, but that's sort of a big thing, and my focus is on the zine right now. I'm finalizing designs for some characters and things for the zine, some stuff I need to get ready just for the overall like editorial side of things. And then I'll be able to hopefully get on some streams with Jeff and get back to doing some art streams and things like that. I know there's some people waiting on some sketch cards from me and stuff. I believe I got the majority of them out, but a lot of you guys backed us, and it took so long, and I got so held up that I'm just holding it. I'm going to put it in with your City of Rot backing, and you'll also be getting a little bit of extra cool shit for the insane wait, on top of everything else that you backed and paid for, some other things. But I did not forget about you. And yeah, there's lots of cool things coming with the big course correction, and one of the things I'm most excited about is more comics, obviously the zine, and then I'm really excited to show you guys some of the film stuff we're slowly pulling together. It might take a year or two, but eventually we will conquer this feature and have something really cool with practical effects. And just like we always do, we'll put our money where our mouth is and talk a bunch of shit and make something cool. But yeah, stoked. I don't really know what else to talk about. I thought this would be a little bit longer, but we'll hang out. I'm taking a quick break. I put us at a half hour for this. We're already getting some submissions as well, which is really cool. I can share this out really quick. What the build of the website looks like so far. What happened with the printer? I'm assuming that's in response to the update I just sent out a little while ago. I don't exactly know. I was assured no one was hurt or anything, but they had some sort of ink spill or something and spent most of Friday cleaning up. So they weren't able to basically get all of the plates etched. But I'm hoping that's happening Monday, and I'll either get the photos of it that day or the day after, and then they basically just start setting everything up to go to print. Because there was so many like tweaks and issues with the pre-press going back and forth with them, they had a lot of time to start setting up the machines for what we need it for, because basically they aren't normally printing comic books. So sort of need to reset margins and things on a lot of different setups they have. That's the easiest way to explain it without getting too into it. And then they're not a huge printer, so the specific cover stock that I wanted and everything was a separate assembly. So technically the cover stock is being printed on a separate printer, and then they're stapled after the fact, like cut, stapled after the fact. So they're grouped with a cover sheet, all of the sheets for the interiors on newsprint, and then they're saddle stitched and ready to go. So it'll take a little bit longer for that. But yeah, they had some sort of hiccup on Friday, and I didn't find out until like midday, because it was like, hey, I'm still waiting around on that final confirmation, because like we did the depositing and everything, but we were just like in limbo waiting on a response from them for 2 days. And I was like, I don't know if like you emailed us and it didn't come through yet or whatnot. Let me know. And I got an email back like halfway through the day with them profusely apologizing and explaining that they had an accident on scene and have been doing cleanup all morning. But as far as I know, it'll be back on track this week, and we'll hopefully have books in hand sometime in the middle of May, it seems. Because they said it's normally about a 2-week turnaround time. We were originally supposed to go to print at the beginning of this week, which would mean like getting it tail end of April or just at the beginning of May, but now it's looking like probably like mid second week of May. The cool thing is they're only about 40 minutes away from me, so when the books are done, printed and boxed up and everything, me and Mike will be ripping out there, getting all the books and all of the press plates. Did City of Rot have a digital? I honestly don't even remember if we agreed to do a digital on this one, but I know if we did do a digital, my policy on that has always been I normally don't send the digitals out until like everything is finalized and done. Like I like everybody to sort of be able to read it all at once and not have it leak and get spoiled all over the internet, and that tends to happen if you send out digitals immediately. But I'm gonna have to figure that out in the future. I'm thinking they will be, if you're just asking as like an accessibility thing for people to get digital copies. Um, I'm thinking a digital version will be available on the website eventually, but I'm all like we're like a garage band collective of artists. I'm all about the physical media and cherishing that stuff. So digital is always an afterthought to me. What is up, Zaid Comics? Phil, so excited. I actually got your stack of books behind me because whenever I have a little bit of downtime, I've been like slowly chipping away at it because it's not like anything I'm working on, so I feel safe reading it right now. I try to steer clear of similar genres when I'm working on things. So, but it is as I've already said on Twitter, some of the biggest bang for your buck in the community, man. The Magic Cop books are what I'm talking about. I guess I should be more specific. And the Lost Pages, just insane. The multitude of artists and cool shit going on in there. Amazing characters. I think now, having read through a lot of it, I still think Silhouette is my favorite dude. Just such a awesome, visually striking character and cool idea. Excited to dive deeper into it and give it like a full read when it has my attention. Kayla was a huge proponent of that early on. Sorry. I'm dying now. Whiskey whooped my ass last night, guys. I might be getting a little sick. Yeah. Come on camera for a minute. I like yeah, I like that both. All right, very cool. Yeah, we'll figure out. I'll have to look into like what the best file format and everything is for it. Because I don't know if it's just like you can do PDFs now and like catalog those properly on your whatever app you like on mobile or whatever it is you're reading the digitals on. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Like you know, we're always trying to be as reader friendly as possible and make it as easy as possible for you guys to get whatever it is you want from us. Yeah. So we're getting a lot together here. I just fixed the 3D printer like a week ago. Excuse me. Those boxes back there, the BCW boxes, are actually filled with all of the Alterna bundles for backers. Anybody who got those, those are all filled up in there already, packed and ready to go. I believe they're signed now. I'll have to double check that, but all of those will be signed for everybody. That was done a while ago. The guys who got those last 10 Hellseekers ash cans, those are all bagged and boarded and ready to go. The black and white editions of City of Rot, which I got one here if I can reach it with my headphone cord. Black and white City of Rot, the little regular comic size artist edition, I guess you could call it. These were printed last year at this point, while we've been waiting around, and those are all ready to go, bagged and boarded. That's just like my personal copy that I've been keeping around. There's Hellseekers ash cans. Yes, there are. There's a Vince Hellseekers ash can that establishes like what they were all doing after retirement and before they come back together. It was sort of like the where are they now before the series takes off. And Vince did all of the art for it, and it pretty much we did a signing in Salem when Vince came out here years ago before shit went sideways with COVID and everything. We did a signing out there, almost sold out of it. Kayla sent a comic to cartoonist Kayfabe, cartoonist kayfabe was like 2020 is year of the Hellseekers. This is going to be a huge superhero team book. This looks like the best superhero team book ever. Like they were hyping it up. I still need to go back and find the clip of Ed and Jim talking about it because they were absolutely blown away by it. And then Vince left the book because he wants to work on his own fantasy book. So he's doing that now. And then Jeff took over on the art. So the ongoing series is going to be me and Jeff. But that will forever be like a super rare relic. We're talking about potentially doing a reprint of it, but that's something I sort of need to discuss with Vince, and it would be a second printing, but it's super cool. It's a black and white ash can. It's basically a full issue that we did that was just like a couple of little short stories. It's like a Liberator having like a PTSD nightmare. The face has a cool little sort of Batman vigilante story in a museum where he's thwarting a robbery. Killbot and Deadstrike have a cool little hunt short where they're hunting a cryptid. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then it sets up Heretic and some other stuff. I think Bloodfang is technically the only one who doesn't really have a short in it. But yeah, I wrote that forever ago. I'd have to like relook at it. But very cool stuff. Vince did a gnarly cover for it and everything. We had a really good time for it. We're with it. And now it's just it's a cool little secret relic and sort of setup for the story. A lot of it is still technically canon and everything. I don't think I really cut anything. All the characters are still there. It's just sort of like a thing that's not really going to get mentioned in the ongoing series. But damn, man, it sold like crazy really quickly. But we did not print a lot of them. And the last 10 that I had from my like personal pile went almost immediately. I think those were some of the first things backed on the City of Rot campaign. That was actually really cool. But I feel bad because, you know, that book was supposed to start coming out end of 2020, and then the world went absolutely sideways, and Vince and I basically just had to put things on the back burner for a really long time just to, like, do work in our regular lives. But yeah, that's back on track, and that'll be coming out hopefully early 2023 with everything else going on. But yeah, they're gone but not forgotten, and you'll be seeing them in the Ransomverse sooner than later. Very exciting. It's been fun writing a team book for like 5 years now, and no one having read like any of it other than Kayla and Mike, and Jeff knows a lot of it now too. Kayla's heard probably about 100 issues worth the outlines now. Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. There's some other film test stuff back there from stuff I've been working on for either shorts we're doing for the Patreon or things we've been doing for other people. That's a little... That guy there is a little human face skin lantern that I'm working on that still needs a bunch of build up on it. That's an old hoodie put on just like a T-pose so that it can cover it in liquid latex and it'll look like a burnt up gross man. What up, Papa? Is that Kanisu? Am I saying that right? Bought the rights to Bloodfang. Yeah, Rex is trying to buy the rights to Bloodfang to write erotic fan fiction. Because he's our southern fried hunter werewolf kind of guy. He's sort of like if, without getting too into it, it's like if Hawkeye were also a werewolf sort of thing. But he's not lame like Hawkeye now. Excuse me. Yeah. he's one of my favorite characters too. And Jeff took him in a new direction where we were refining all the characters. Liberator is obviously still my favorite. He's the closest thing we have to like a Captain America or anything, and it's insane because I never thought I'd be like, I'm not a big fan of Captain America or like Superman really for whatever reason, but I find myself very or having a good time writing our patriotic character. And he's just fucking awesome looking, absolutely ridiculous. But Jeff made Bloodfang really cool. He's got more of like a professional wrestler vibe, and there's a lot more to that character. I'm so excited. I can't talk about it too much because I get all excited about it, and then I want to start talking about like things that are coming up and issues and all the things I know that I want to show you guys that I need to show you in the books. But I can say Hellseekers is sort of going to be the cornerstone book where you'll be seeing a lot of overlap between Can't Kill Cade and Voidwalker and all of that. Those kind of have their own running sort of niche weird stories that need more focused attention. Hellseekers, if you're into superhero stuff, this is more of that. You can jump in on any issue and understand what's going on and have a good time with it. You're going to see lots of new villains, new heroes, all sorts of wacky shit going on. This is where we're kicking the door down and completely opening up the new universe. I realize because I have my camera on top of my my monitor now that it always looks like I'm reading from something, which is just dog shit. I need to adjust that. But yeah, Hellseekers is going to be the biggest thing we've done. And that'll all be going on while me and Kayla are editing and putting together this zine if we get enough submissions and everything. Because it really comes down to that. I don't want to do like a little pamphlet. I want to do something that's a good size with a lot of great stories. If you're submitting comics, make sure you got good lettering, great art. Like it's horror. That's about it. Like if you're doing something new, go balls out with it. Like remember that you will own everything, even if we choose to print it. You will own everything after the fact. We're just paying for a one-time print deal. We'll do the one print run. We'll handle all the distribution. You get some comp copies. I'm going to be figuring something out too, where basically creators will be able to get more copies for pretty much close to cost to get them more comps if they want them. I suppose sci-fi horror is acceptable. Yeah, it's fine. That's what I was like. Any subgenre or anything like that, we're completely open to. So I said, like, you got a spooky romance story, like this guy goes and bangs a ghost at a cemetery. We'll read it. I'm not going to guarantee it gets picked, but we'll check it out. Like, it's whatever you want. As long as there's a through line of horror in there somewhere, we'll check it out. Who knows? Maybe we get a bunch of some focused subgenre, and we can do a little offshoot issue at some point down the road. That's what I mean. It's like, don't be apprehensive about it. If you got something and you think it's at least a little bit horror, shoot it our way. We'll check it out. But bring your A game. That's like why we're offering a little bit of money, and then we're hoping there's a bunch of cool indie guys that have something just sitting around that they didn't publish before or anything like that. They're just looking for a home for a short story or a poem they have, or a cool monster illustration they did a while ago, and we'll give them a little bit of money for it. We'll print it in the magazine. You'll get some copies, a little bit of money, and we get some cool art from you or a cool story from you to run in our first issue. It's kind of like a test on doing a community project and seeing how the pull is out there in the community, and if people are still into this kind of stuff. I've still yet to reach out to all the friends that I know said they'd be interested if we did something like this, because we tried to do this about a year or two back, and this was another thing we had to shelf for a while, but we're gonna figure it out, boys. Yeah, you can send in as many submissions as you want. You can submit everything all at once. Do whatever you want. Like we're gonna go through it as quickly as we can. It'll be really easy for us for a lot of stuff to just be like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Like, I'll say the big thing with comics that's gonna disqualify you is just like bad lettering and things like that, bad formatting. If it looks amateurish, it's most likely not getting run. That stuff also tends to just not look good on newsprint either. There's a lot of issues with that in zines anyways, and we're calling this a zine, but we're trying to make it nice and formatted and tight and look like the real deal, even though it's a very low budget endeavor. Short stories and poetry will all be very nicely formatted. Possibly paired with some spot illustration. Like we're gonna try and make this thing look real good, and hopefully make it one of many more in the future. But that's what I'm saying. Bring your A game. Your best thing you've been sitting on for a while. I'm probably not even publishing anything because I don't think I have anything good enough to publish right now. That's where I'm at with it. I'm really hoping that we can cast a wide net and pull in some cool people. Maybe find some new people that have never had anything published before. I think that'd be rad. Just, platform some people in a legitimate way, and then this gives me more of an excuse to get out to horror conventions and more Comic-Cons again and start selling these cool comics and this magazine to new people, meeting new readers, making new friends. Because I need to get it back out into the world. I can't just make skin lanterns for the rest of my life, right? I'll send stories one at a time. I plan on sending some art too. Yeah, send whatever over. Just make sure it falls under the guidelines and you're marking it and everything so we know. If you're not an artist or a writer or whatever, retweet it out on social media, share it wherever, tell your writer and artist friends. We're trying to get as much as possible. I thought there would be more of an explosion right out of the gate. We did get a nice little chunk of submissions like right out of the gate, but for some reason I thought there would be more. And I will probably regret saying that soon as we start getting flooded. I have to imagine with everything I've ever heard from like guys at Image and like Pete over at Alterna and stuff, dealing with submissions can be hell sometimes. But just follow the guidelines. They're very simple, and if you got something cool, shoot it our way. Me and Kayla want to check it out. I am trying to think of anything else I needed to cover. Sheets updated, short fiction, poetry, short comics, and spot illustration. We're paying flat rates for all of them. They're not the best, but it's within our budget right now on this little test. Might be able to figure out something back end or something like that, depending on what the print run is and how we sell it. But these are all things that we're sort of figuring out with this run. That's why we're like, we want to do at least guarantee some sort of flat rate up front. So you're making a little bit of money. You'll get some copies. You can sell yourself for face value or whatever you want. But yeah. Tell your friends, share it around. I don't think I got anything else I need to go over. Papa Kanisu sounds interesting. I'm game. Yeah, check it out. If you follow us on Twitter, excuse me, damn. The instruction or the guidelines are over there, and I can drop the link to the Google document again here if you want to check that out. There's a image version of that being shared around on Twitter as well that you can check out. Kayla's retweeting it a bunch constantly. I wanted to get my story ready and send it last night, but I was about fucking dead. Yeah, I was in no shape to do anything last night. I stayed up and did more work like an idiot. I woke up and was like, I can't trust any of that work. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna get back to working on the website. I went a little bit over the time I said I would. The website isn't published yet, but it will be hopefully by the end of the weekend. If you guys are interested in checking it out when it is deathcurseclub.com. I just dropped it in chat there. We'll be tweeting it out when it's all public and live. So you'll see that on Twitter. Hopefully I have lots of different stuff. I'm trying to confirm some things with the film things and game stuff and comic things. So we're getting a lot in order, getting those pages up. Some of them might be hidden for a little bit, and then as you check back over the weeks, new things will be popping up. And eventually, somewhere in the summertime, the store will pop up after we're done fulfilling the campaign. And again, that'll have a lot of cool shit in it. For now, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.